Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing great. It's a manic Monday for sure. Thank you guys for dropping in. I know it's tough at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Mondays when everybody's worked all day long. They get home, you cook, you stop by McDonald's, get Big Macs or whatever you.
Guilty.
Yeah, whatever you do. Actually, that's the first time. Last week, Michelle said she got like Big Macs.
Yes.
From AA, and I hadn't had one so long. I switched it up on Michelle. I was like, well, if you're going to go to McDonald's, give me a Big Mac. I hadn't had a Big Mac in a long, long time. So we tried the Big Mac. It wasn't bad. I mean, it's not Five Guys. Hey, what's your favorite burger place? Hey, just put that up in the chat when you're driving home or in a bind. This is a food and travel show, so. Yep. What is your go-to place on the way? Is it Crystal's, or is it Five Guys, or is it Wendy's, or Burger King, McDonald's? What is it? And I see Daniel Donnelly just came in there. Hey Daniel, how you doing? Good. We'll hit the chats here in a second. But again, yeah, thank you guys for coming in. Absolutely. Hey, we're excited about tonight. We got two great guests in 1 hour, and we'll try to pack it in an hour. It may go a few minutes over, but. We got the KY Travelers, Tom and Brenda. They're such an awesome couple.
Yes, they are.
And then we got Brandy and Dave from Dave and Brandy's Excursions. And I've been trying to catch up on some of the old videos from a long time ago. I watched in the last 2 or 3 days, and man, they had some really good stuff going on. Absolutely. And both of them do. And that's the thing about Tom and Brenda. I can't wait to get to them because they've actually been on several different cruise lines.
Yeah,
and we get to hear all the different type cruise lines they went on, and some people in the chat here, I'm sure you guys are interested in that too. Hey, what's the difference in like an MCL, NCL, or Carnival, or Princess, or any other cruise line? We've only went Carnival,
yes. So
and we've been on I think 5 or 6 cruises now, but it's always been Carnival only, and it's not because we're snobs or anything. It's just. No. It's just Anthony likes Camp Ocean, and that's what we kind of got used to.
We'll venture out to others.
Yeah. So hey, last week we didn't tell you what we had. Last week in the Solo Cup we were pushing on time, and I had Kraken and Coke Zero, Spice Rum. I had got to fear the Kraken. The Kraken's going to get you, but I had Kraken. So we had some Kraken and some spice rum and Coke. What'd you have, Michelle?
I had pineapple juice and pineapple vodka.
She had the good stuff. If you noticed last week on the replay, once I finished mine, I started drinking hers. So it was really good. But yeah, I think even Brenda picked that last week. She said, I like rum and Coke. Mike is a rum and Coke guy. So you got a 50-50 shot on rum and Coke. That's kind of my go-to. I mean,
we'll give you a hint tonight. We're pretty boring.
Yeah, I'm not boring. You don't know what I got in mine. Oh. I made yours, so you may be bored. I'm not bored, but I'm not telling you what I got in mind.
Wow, he's gonna make it interesting tonight. I don't even know.
Oh man! So hey, we got some big news. I posted it on our group page yesterday. I hope you guys checked it out. If you didn't see it, but I'll go ahead and play this little bitty video. This little information right here. It ain't because of us. It's because of you guys. So we hit 1,500 yesterday. That was awesome. That was pretty cool. And it seems like yesterday, it wasn't long ago, maybe a year ago, we hit 750.
Yeah.
And then we did 1,000. And then so we're going to come up with a 1,500 giveaway. So let us put our brains together.
Yeah. Why don't y'all help us?
Yeah, we'll put our brains together and see what we can do. Maybe we'll have a night where we're just, having drawings and prizes and stuff like that. So, again, thank you guys. We're not going to celebrate every milestone, but when you're a small channel like us, every 500 makes a huge difference. So, we were excited about that. So,
absolutely.
Thank you guys. Again, it's not us. It's you. You're the reason for it.
Thank y'all so
much. Thanks for helping us and thanks for supporting us. And thanks for getting the word out. But hey, also last week, Michelle, on Friday night, we got to watch the Cuse cruisers, which are awesome, Sarah and Bob, and they had those Adventure Ahead clowns on there. I mean, they had Adventures Ahead. I didn't mean that. I would never call Michelle that, but they had Adventures Ahead on there, and they know we love them, and we're picking with them. But I had my name called out. And, they always say, any bad news is good news, right? Any kind of publicity you get is good, even if it's maybe meant mischief, little mischiefs in it, or I don't know. But I'm just going to show you this little clip from last week, last Friday night. And by the way, Sarah and Bob are awesome. I asked Sarah permission if I can play this. I did not ask Josh permission if I could play this.
We like to have fun with it, and we like to come prepared because, we're still new at it, and, we're not as good as you guys where you can just do it off the cuff and just freaking wing it. We're just not comfortable.
You guys did great.
Huh?
You guys did great.
Listen, I'm throwing Mike Loveless under the bus, but this is the best prepared show we've ever been on.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. And again, we appreciated having you guys. So have a good night. Oh, shut up, honey.
Hey, Michelle's over there in the corner. If you notice that video clip, she's like, oh no, I can't believe Josh is saying it again. But hey, it is what it is. We'll take it. And listen, if we are second fiddle to Sarah and Bob, I'll take that. Okay. That's okay. Because Sarah and Bob are awesome.
Yes.
I don't know if I could hold, the doormat for them coming in, but we'll take that little bit of. That's where bad pub is good publicity. So we'll take that, Josh. And I do have to say this: the bromance between Josh and Honey and Brian and myself, I'm just bowing out of the bromance there. Okay. I'm just getting out of it and let them three fight amongst each other on, with the bromance they have. And I'm just going to bow out. But thank you guys. Josh and Michelle know I'm pulling their string there. I had to get something in on them because they're hitting me hard. Now, Adventures Ahead. Now all of a sudden they're in the room. So Michelle, I don't know if that's really Michelle or Josh in the room now. I may need to go back and play that again. If they missed it, I'm sorry. They have to go back and watch it again. But yeah, that I had a little fun. I asked Sarah if I could put that up there, and she said, yeah. I also put a link in there to Sarah. And just a heads up ahead of time, everybody that's on tonight, KY Travelers Cruising, Dave and Brandy's Excursions, all their links are in the description. And also I put in Sarah and Bob's, since they let us use that. Plus I like them. They're a really good couple. They're coming on in April. She sent me a message today, and we got a date nailed down for her. So I think 4/15 is Lolita Locust coming on April the 15th. April the 22nd, the Cuse Cruisers will be on. So Bob and Sarah will be coming on that day.
So much fun.
Yeah, we're going to have a great time. I mean, from now all the way through, we got some really awesome guests coming up. But hey, we want to hurry up and get KY Traveler Cruising in here. So we're going to go ahead and play their intro, and then boom, they'll be in here. Brenda and Tom, they're an awesome couple. So let's go ahead and play their intro, and then they'll be here. Hey, KY Travelers, how are y'all doing?
Hey, everybody.
That's great to see you. Hey, I'm not as good as Bob and Sarah, so I failed to go in and say hey to the chat real quick. Do you guys mind giving me 30 seconds to go through and say hello to everybody? And then we'll jump right in there with you guys.
Go right
ahead. Cool deal. Hey, so we had Sarah jumped in and she said hello. Let's see who else we got here. We got Blaine. Blaine is in here. Hey, Blaine. We got Fisher's here, David and Laura. Ashley's World is in here. We got Jonathan from the Six Traveling Shorts. They got their own show on Sundays. Need to check them out. A lot of hello back and forth. We got a new one right here. I haven't seen it. Holly and Brian B. Thank you for coming in and seeing us and spending some time with us tonight. We got Rhonda B. in the house. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? I hope you're keeping Tom straight. A lot of people saying back and forth, hey to each other. Then we got who got those guys here again. We got the fat people in here, the food and travel people, Mike and Michelle. I don't know how Nightbot got in this early, but I had them set up for like 15 or 20 minutes into the show. I don't know what happened there, but they're in already. We had Graham in. Graham, how you doing, bud? Just trying to see if I see some new names in here. Daniel, there's Daniel. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? He's saying hey to everybody. And then we got Brandy in here from Dave and Brandy. How you doing? Good to meet you, Dave and Brandy. Again, Rayleigh. And we got Journey with the Gingers. I don't know if that is Laura or Hannah, but hello to you guys coming in. And there we got Tom. Tom saying hey to everybody. I think I'm about caught up. Well, we got the Gaylords here. Hey, Gaylords, how you doing? And then I got my Mama Maxine. Mama, hey, Mom, how you doing? I'm a mama's boy. Ain't nothing wrong being a mama's boy, is there?
Nope, I've got one.
You got a mama's boy right there too, don't you?
Yes, he's definitely my boy.
All right, so I'm closing. I think I'm about caught up with everybody here. Don't want to miss anybody.
Thank y'all for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it.
Don't be talking trash now. LMAO. What does that stand for?
Laughing my hiney off.
Oh, okay. Your asset off?
Yes, absolutely.
Ventures ahead. Thank you, Josh or Michelle. I don't know which one's in there. They did say your hair look. They didn't say nothing about my hair. We got Brian Hutchins in there. Hey, they're right across the river. They're in East Bend, Michelle. I don't know if you knew that. We need to hook up with them
No, that's
sometime.
awesome.
Them and Laura Hughes that's on Adventures Ahead a lot. She's right across. She's in Tobaccoville, the same place. I know. There's three of us right here within a
That's
2 or 3 mile radius.
That is awesome.
Ventures Head on here. We got NES there. There's Josh, unsubbed. You sound like KY Travelers now, right? They were telling me earlier that, and I pointed that out last week, and somebody was messing with me saying unsub, but some people that I were subbed to all of a sudden wasn't showing up anymore. So that's something you do need to check if you're a fan of somebody or you want to watch their shows. Definitely check and make sure everything is up. But hey, I think we're caught up now with everything, and I'm sorry we're 15 minutes into this. We may be a tad late here, but KY Travelers, Tom, Brenda, how you doing?
We're doing all right, man.
We're glad to have you tonight.
Yeah, we're glad. Thank you for being patient with us and getting through all that AA stuff. I mean, I apologize.
Mike likes to talk.
Yeah, I didn't go to work today, so I have to talk twice as much tonight, you know.
I didn't go to work today either. Wait.
It's awful. Hey, so we're going to throw it right back on you guys. There may be a lot of people in here that haven't heard of KY Travelers. You actually have 2 channels. We talked about that a few weeks back. You got the Nana's Hidden Apron, and you're getting close to 1,000 subs. And then your KY Travelers is a little bit behind that. But go ahead and tell us about KY Travelers Cruising and a little bit of background about your channel, and then we got some good juicy questions for you.
Cool. The first time we took a cruise was on the Carnival Ecstasy back in 2013. And that was actually our daughter's bachelorette party cruise. But she talked about how much fun they were going to have. So we were like, you know what? We wanted to cruise, so we'll go ahead and take a cruise. And we took a 4-day on the Ecstasy back in 2013, and we were hooked. Mm-hmm. We just, 9 cruises now?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 cruises. Of course. Yeah, we've had a bunch canceled this year, but 9 cruises across 3 different cruise lines, and we're looking forward to the next time we have to sit through a muster drill. So
Absolutely.
It's funny how everybody complained about the muster drill. Now that would be the least of my worries now. And with COVID and everything that's happened, we're going to make the muster drill a lot easier, not have to be all together in one area.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always taken pictures every time we go on vacation, and I took a bunch of pictures from our first couple of cruises. And then Brenda found a couple of cruise vloggers on YouTube, and I was like, you know what? Why don't we just start doing videos? And we took a couple of videos, and we were literally driving to the airport to fly out for our Carnival Victory cruise when I picked up my phone and KY Travelers was born. So,
wow.
That's awesome.
So, I know you're from Kentucky, but what made you finally stick? Okay, it's going to be KY Travelers. I mean, what stuck in your head? Was it? Did you have a list of like 10 names? All of a sudden, that one is the one that stuck out more than any of them, or?
No, it literally came to me one day. I'm like, you know what? We're from Kentucky and we love traveling around, so we'll be the KY Travelers.
Cool deal. Yeah, we were going to do NC Travelers as one of the ones we looked at early on, but there was already there was an AAU team, basketball team that was called that. And then there was another guy that went around the state of North Carolina doing videos. So we said, no, we're not going to do that.
That's actually funny because there used to be, I call it a minor league basketball team based out of Louisville, about 90 miles down the road from us, that were the Kentucky Travelers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to be Kentucky Travelers. We'll be the KY Travelers. So
looking back, I was looking back at your vlogs, and you said you've been on 9 cruises now? You guys have been on 9?
Yeah, it's like 9 cruises now.
Okay. And looking at that, I was looking at, I saw where your first vlogs came out were like the Victory, and then I saw where you had done MSC and NCL. So a lot of people were talking about earlier, we're like Carnival only because that's the only ones we went out. It's not because we're, our nose is up in the air or anything like that. It's just the only one we've been on. Anthony's likes, Camp Ocean with Carnival. Amongst those 3, and which I think you've said you've been on Carnival more than the other 2, but what do you take maybe take something that tell us a little bit about each one, what you like from each one of them, and then maybe something you dislike from each one of them, so that some of the people here in the chat can kind of hear maybe if they've been Carnival only or something.
Well, I'll start with Carnival because we've been on more Carnival cruises than we have on the other ones. I like Carnival mostly because of the price. It's an affordable cruise line. We can go a lot of places, and we really don't cruise for the ships or the excursions. We cruise for the destinations themselves, for the ports, because we like traveling around and seeing different ports. But probably one of the things that I don't like about Carnival is it has the party ship reputation. So people think, okay, you're going to go on a Carnival cruise, you're just going to party the whole time there, and that's one of the things I don't like about, not necessarily about Carnival, but about Carnival's reputation.
Right.
The MSC, their shows are awesome.
We went on the MSC Seaside back in February of 2019, and we caught a show that's called not Moonwalker, but Star Walker. It's the Michael Jackson trilogy tribute show, basically.
Awesome.
That is without a doubt the best show I've ever seen on the water. So, I mean, it was just great. But while we're talking about MSC, their ship that we went on the Seaside, it's a big, beautiful ship. One of the things I really liked about that is every time you turned around, they were cleaning that ship.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's sparkling. It was spotless. And I love that. One of the things that I won't say I didn't like about it, but one of the things that took me a while to get used to is MSC is the Mediterranean Shipping Company. It's a European-based cruise line. They only have a couple of ships that sail out of the United States. So there's a different, I call it the European style of cruising. The main dining room that we went to, they have a dress code every single night, and we weren't prepared for that. So if you're going to go on an MSC cruise, do your research. Find out what the dress code is for the main dining room, what you're allowed to wear, what you're not allowed to wear. Example, you're not allowed to wear shorts at all, regardless of whether they're dress shorts or anything. There's no shorts allowed at all. There's no open-toed shoes allowed at all when we were on the Seaside in the dining room. So, just
different, definitely different.
It's definitely different, and do your research.
It was the biggest ship that we had been on at that time. I don't even remember how many stories tall it is, but I've been an avid boater for years. I got seasick. That thing was doing this. Yeah, I got seasick.
As far as size on the one that you went out on the MSC, was it a very large ship compared to some of the Carnivals you've been on? Was it?
The MSC Seaside was the largest ship we've ever been on.
Yeah.
Our stateroom was on the 14th floor.
Oh, wow.
And there were 3 floors above us.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was.
It's just so tall that it sways.
Yeah, it's so tall. It's very
It
top
wasn't
heavy.
rough seas.
Yeah.
It gets top heavy.
Yep.
Wow.
And
so
I'm sorry, Mike, go ahead.
No, yeah, you still got NCL, right? I missed NCL.
Right. NCL, the ship we went on NCL was the NCL Dawn. It's one of their smallest ships. And we actually chose that ship and that cruise line based on the destinations. And we were like, you know what? It'll be a bonus because we've never been on a Norwegian ship before.
Loved it.
And we loved it. We absolutely loved it. And oddly enough, the vlogs for our NCL Dawn cruise, that vlog series, is one of the most popular vlogs we've done.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And the NCL Dawn ship tour is, I think it's still my #1 video as far as views and watch time.
So what did if you I mean, I know it's kind of, I don't know if it's hard to compare with being on one MSC, one NCL, and then Carnival. So out of all the ships and all the cruises you've been on, what is your favorite ship of all of them?
My favorite ship is no longer in service right now.
Okay.
It's going to become, as soon as they finish rebuilding it, it's going to become the Carnival Radiance.
Okay.
Just because of the decor, I liked it. Green's my favorite color, and they had it lit up.
Now is that the Sunrise, or which one is that?
The Victory.
The Victory.
Victory. Okay. Yeah. That's the one that the very first vlogs you put out was the Victory, right?
It was, yeah. But that was probably our favorite ship. But it's going to become the Radiance
at that time. Now my favorite actually was. It's a tie between the Vista and Panorama.
Okay. Yeah. Vista's a pretty big ship too, right? I mean, it's yeah, we saw on your vlogs. That's the one I think where y'all did the it's like the bicycle riding thing up at high.
Yeah, the sky ride.
Love it.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah. So I remember Tom, you saying in the video that, hey, I'm kind of scared. I don't know if you said you don't like heights or you're scared of heights, but then all of a sudden that thing jerked you back over to one side.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. And the cruise we went on last year on the Panorama, the Panorama and the Vista and the Horizon, they're all three sister ships. So I wanted to do the sky ride on all three ships. And I was expecting it to throw me out like it did, but it still caught me by surprise. So, and yes, I am scared of heights. So
I used to, believe it or not, when I was in my early 20s, I drove a cherry picker at work and went 50 feet up in the air with just a tether on the back of a belt. And it's been 20-some years. I got into supervision and management, and then I got up on top of the roof about a couple years ago to clean the leaves out, and I kind of froze. And my legs were quivering, and Michelle's like, "I'm going to call the fire department." The fire department.
Like 5 minutes down the road.
I said, "I'd rather fall off this thing than you call the fire department. Don't you call the fire department?" I said, "I just got to get brave here and get my legs back underneath me."
I was scared to death for him.
Yeah, my legs were quivering. That I wasn't used to it. I got up there.
He's never going back up there. That's for sure.
No, I'll pay a young guy $50 to go up there and do it. No, I'm not going to go up there and do it. So, what about on one of your vlogs? Also, I saw you talk about Key West. What's your thoughts about Key West?
Love it,
good and bad.
Yeah.
Bad is just because it's so crowded.
Yeah.
Everything else I like.
Yeah, and the roads.
Yeah.
We did one of the things on one of the vlogs we did in Key West was we rented a golf cart, and I ride motorcycles a lot. And those roads in that golf cart beat me to death.
We were so sore the next day.
Yeah, I was so sore the next day it wasn't even funny. But just the roads down there are a little rough. So if you're going to go to Key West and you're going to rent a bicycle or a scooter or a golf cart or anything like that, be prepared for a rough road. So, but hey, I loved it.
We got a super chat.
Woo!
Marla Stewart, thank you so much, Marla.
So sweet.
That is so sweet. Yeah, Anthony, I'm sure he'll say he deserves that one after we Marla, if you guys don't know it, we put a vlog out. She was the first person to send us a gift in the mail. So thank you, Marla. She's from up in Chicago area. And thank you very much for that, Marla.
Thank you.
And some people, Johnson saying thank you. All right, so pier runners, you said you've seen some, huh? So where have you seen pier runners at? And I've never actually caught it because when we get back up, either we're
dead.
We're dead and either taking a quick nap or changing clothes to go back out on the Lido, and we never watched the people make it on the. We almost were there one time.
Yes, but
in Amber Cove, we were almost the pier runners.
Love Amber Cove.
It's so fun.
Yeah, Amber Cove.
Cool. I think there's been two places where we've seen the pier runners. One was at Key West, and one was at Nassau. But what I'd like to say is, a lot of people laugh and all kinds of other stuff at the pier runners. We don't do that. I actually kind of feel bad for them because I know from doing research from, oh man, what's going to happen if we miss the ship? I know from doing research, the process they have to go through to either get back to the ship or to get back home. So I kind of feel bad for them. But at Key West, we missed, there was only like 4 people that didn't make it back to the ship that I saw. But I noticed right away that they were kind of taken up by shorebound employees so that they could get back to where they needed to go. And the one at Nassau, we were actually pulling away
Mhm.
when we saw people running down the pier. So they were literally pier runners. So, but I kind of feel bad for the people when that happens to. And we actually make it a point when we're in a port, we actually head back way before the time we're supposed to be back on the ship because we don't want to become pier runners.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. On my bucket list for Cozumel, and it's been canceled twice this year. We went to Nanchikokum, and we enjoyed Nanchikokum.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's one of our highest viewed videos as well. I got tagged with a copyright on it though for a song, and I haven't went back and fixed it. In Nanchikokum though, we had went snorkeling and stuff, and my biggest disappointment with Nanchikokum was the food. Yeah. And I don't know if that's because I just didn't have a chance to really sit there and enjoy something because we were hurrying up, snorkeling and coming back and forth. I really liked the laid back atmosphere. It was only about 100 people there, and we were the first couple there that day. And we had got messed up on the time that we were actually an hour earlier.
Yes.
And they still let us come in early.
They
were very nice. But you guys have went to Mr. Sancho's. I don't know if you've done Nanchikokum or not. What's your thoughts on Mr. Sancho's? Because that's definitely a bucket list of mine, and that's a concern of mine is when we are allowed to go back cruising, are we going to be able to go to Mr. Sancho's? Is somehow Carnival and Mr. Sancho's going to work something out where they can allow people to go there? I'm kind of concerned about that.
Yeah.
I actually think we've been to Mr. Sancho's twice already, but I think that just based on the number of people that actually go to Mr. Sancho's, I can actually see them working out some kind of deal with the cruise lines because it is so popular.
I hope so.
When we go to Mr. Sancho's, we get the all-inclusive package, which is all the food, all the drinks, and you can swim as much as you want to. So, I'm sorry.
I thought it was all-inclusive.
I'm sorry. But
it'll be all right.
Yeah, it's been a long day. But that's one of the things that we enjoy there is the variety of the food.
It's very good. The food's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
The drinks, they don't skimp on the alcohol. I don't drink that many of them, but I know I have when I get through.
Yeah. If you,
so your 2 feels like 14, right?
For me, yeah.
Mike, I want you to write this down. When you do get a chance to go back to Mr. Sancho's, you have to get either a time to fly or a dirty monkey.
Dirty monkey, yeah. It's good.
Yeah, those are just wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah.
You mentioned snorkeling at Nanchikokum. I've never been there. I don't know how the shoreline is, but I do know at Mr. Sancho's, the area where you snorkel at, the water gets really deep really quick. So
yeah, when we were in Nanchikokum, in Nanchikokum, there was no visibility on snorkeling. I think on the video, I actually showed people the visibility, but then they came around and it was like, I can't remember if it was 30 or 40 bucks. They said, hey, we'll take you out on a reef for a couple hours. And me and Billy Sparks is my stepdad. He's usually in the chats. He's working tonight, but him and I paid the 40 bucks and we went out for 2 hours. It was well worth the $40. And they put us right down on a reef. And as soon as I got in the water and looked down, I saw this, it was probably 5-6 foot manta ray just coming through the water at the bottom. And it was just so awesome. But that's the best snorkeling that I've been to. I like Grand Turk as well, just because you've got the cannon there and you basically stand up if you need to out in the water.
That's a beautiful beach area.
Yeah, I love Grand Turk. That's definitely one of my favorite ports. But Cozumel, I really like Cozumel too. A lot of people talk about it's too busy, it's too much going on. But that's kind of a good segue into you guys. What is your favorite port of all?
Our favorite port, well, my favorite port would be Amber Cove.
Okay, cool.
The Dominican Republic, more specifically the town of Puerto Plata. So it's unreal. We went there a few years ago on the Carnival Splendor, and we took the city tour, basically the sightseeing tour through town. And the people, the residents of that town, of that country that we met, were the nicest people I have ever met. And I'm retired from the Army. I've traveled all over the world for 20 years. and then the last several years on cruise ships, and they're probably the nicest people I've ever met. They want to meet you, they want to talk to you, and it's not because of what's in your billfold. They're generally interested in you as a person from another country, and they're very proud of their heritage and their history. And it's just, it's a wonderful place to go.
Cool.
I don't know that I could pick one. I think they're all beautiful that we've seen so far. And the one that bothers me that's been canceled was the one we were going to go to, Bermuda.
Yeah,
I want to go there too.
The ABCs. Yeah. I remember Dave and Brandy, and they're coming up next. They have some Bermuda vlogs that are really cool looking, and they did some really cool stuff. In fact, one of their excursions in Bermuda, I was going to ask them some questions on it coming up. So
yeah, she talked about all the things that we needed to do there. So, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen this year. Maybe
right.
Never know.
Well, hey, I'm sorry for, being, kind of going into this a little late talking and saying hello to everybody. Had a lot of new people in the chat tonight. Just kind of giving everybody a heads up of what's going on is in kind of our philosophy, and it may be the wrong philosophy. We're new at this, but our goal the whole time was to try to bring as many channels on as we can and have 2 guests per night, and then eventually go to 1 guest a night. But like for the first 2 to 3 months, we were doing 2 guests a night. We put a little poll up on our Facebook page, and we had more votes to have 1 person. So we do plan on in April going to 1 guest a night. But just kind of giving everybody a heads up on what's going on and why we got 2 guests in tonight, and kind of give them a heads up on what's happening. We could sit here and we definitely want to bring you guys back. You guys have been great moderators for us as well. I can't thank you guys enough for coming on again. And we'd love to come back when we start doing just 1 guest a night and have you guys stay the whole time period with us if that's possible down the road.
Yeah, we would love that. Thank you very much.
Hey, anything in final saying that you want to tell people, the people in here, there's a lot of new people tonight I'm seeing in here that I haven't seen before. That's definitely a plus. But you got the link for your channel has popped up in here. It's in the description as well. Everybody, if you are a creator right now or a supporter, or even if you're a travel agent, please put that in here. And if you're new in here and you see a name that you've never seen before, go sub to their channel.
Absolutely.
Please do that. And Brenda and Tom, I'm going to let you guys kind of say the final say to everybody on, what your channel, what you got going on in the future cruises, future traveling you got. And again, thank you guys for coming in tonight.
Go ahead, Vic.
Well, we've got cruises, of course. I think everybody's got cruises scheduled. If it's going to happen, we don't know. But we do have season passes now to Universal Orlando, one of our other favorite places to go. So we'll be heading down that way several times throughout.
Anything else? How many cruises y'all got lined up so far?
We have 3 scheduled right now. Yeah, we have 3 scheduled right now.
3 canceled, 3 scheduled.
3 canceled and 3 scheduled right now, and that's all the way out to the Vloggers Extravaganza in 2023. We're booked on that one too. So, yeah.
Well, hopefully, I don't know if I think we're going to go the first week of April. You guys may be too. So we hope to meet you guys in person if you end up going down in the first week of April down in Florida. But yeah, I think we're going to go down to Florida, and hopefully if there's anybody around the Orlando area here, we can hook up one night at Disney Springs or something and have supper and have a beer or have something.
That'd be great.
And just meet each other all in person. I think we're on the October cruise with you guys. If that one goes through with Lolita Loca, we're on that group cruise as well.
And if nothing else, Mike, I know they've got a Margaritaville there in City Walk at Universal. So
Fun.
Yeah. And they love the price of their stuff.
Pat O'Brien.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
Thank you all.
Go sub to KY Travelers Cruising. They got a great channel and a lot of information from 3 different cruise lines. But again, thank you guys so much tonight.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Wow, that was awesome, and
Yes,
we're
they are so
really
nice.
running
I know.
behind. I'm
I
so
am
sorry.
blaming you.
Please blame me. But hey, we got a lot of new names in here though that came in late in the
Yes.
show. I see MGM Travel,
Kathy Mills.
Kathy Mills. She's from right here in North Carolina. Hello, Kathy. How you doing? Rhonda B. I said her earlier. Beach Life Honey in here. Vizos. Hey, Vizzo. Raphael. And then we got Paul Vines. Hey, Paul. How you doing? Dan Zulch. Hey, how you doing? Tom. I mentioned him earlier. A lot of new people. If I miss somebody, I apologize. This thing's going pretty fast, even though we're sitting around 30 people. It's moving pretty fast, but I am way behind.
You are.
And now we're going to talk to the rock stars.
Yes.
Dave and Brandy Excursions.
Yes.
And all the cool stuff they've done and getting married on a cruise ship and all that stuff, all that cool stuff.
I'm kind of jealous about that.
I'm a little jealous about that. We got married in Las Vegas and we got married in a small
little chapel
too, and they got some, but theirs was a cruise ship. That even may be cooler than
no.
That may
got
be
us beat.
That may be cooler than Vegas, I think. All right, so hey, we're gonna play their intro in, and then bam, they're gonna be in here with us, and we're gonna try to speed this up. And if you got any questions for Dave and Brandy, please go ahead and get them ready. Go ahead and put them in the chat. We'll try to bring them up. But here is their intro tonight, and then they'll be in here. What is happening?
Hi,
Hey
y'all.
guys,
What's going on?
Y'all doing all right?
we're doing good with all the snow. We're doing good.
Yeah, I've seen those snowmobile pictures on your channel, and man, y'all have got hammered with the snow, haven't you?
How much do y'all have?
Yeah.
Oh God, how much would you think?
There's got to be 2.5 feet or better on the picnic table in the backyard. I mean, it's been some separate storms, but we've been enjoying it.
Wow.
Yeah. So, hey, a lot of people probably know you guys, especially there's a lot of names here in the cruising community. But I'll let you guys kind of take it away and give us a little background about your channel and when you got started, and then we got some great questions for you. I was going back and I've got your hours like really going up on watching your videos because I've been like for the last 3 or 4 days going back and watching some old ones and trying to catch up on the newer ones as well, which I'm kind of caught up on the new ones, but had to go back and rewatch the old ones. So you got some really cool videos out there.
Yes,
we really like
absolutely.
them. But go ahead, please tell
you.
us about your channel, and thanks for coming on tonight.
Oh, thanks for having us. We're primarily a cruising channel. Of course, everything halted this year a little bit, but we started. Well, the videos kind of started in 2013. I just did a slideshow of the Carnival Breeze. That was our first cruise show, but we didn't really vlog officially till 2018 on the Carnival Horizon. It's been kind of history since.
So you kind of mentioned it earlier. I've heard you say this before about your favorite cruise ship was the Pride, the Carnival Pride. Can you tell everybody why? I mean, I know there's some other main reasons probably behind that as well, but a lot of people, they may know this, they may not know it, but tell us a little about the Carnival Pride and why that means so much to you guys.
You can.
Well, it's just the perfect size ship. Kind of not too big, not too small, easy to get around. Just I don't know, a little bit of everything.
And just the character. It's not cookie cutter like the other ships are nowadays. And just
and that's our biggest thing with the new ships is the areas all kind of look the same on all of them. So it's kind of still got its own character, which really is part of the reason we love it too.
Yeah. And besides another thing, but
and the fact you got married on there, I mean, that's
that
means a little bit of something, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
but it's funny.
Have you been back on that cruise ship, and what did they turn the chapel into? I think I've heard you guys mention this before, but what did they turn it into?
An arcade.
An arcade.
Yeah.
The arcade used to be kind of the front of the ship behind the theater, kind of tough to find up by the kids' clubs. And the last dry dock, they got rid of the library and the chapel and put a big arcade in. And the funny part, our last cruise on the 2013 or in 2019, hardly anybody was using the arcade. So it was like what the heck?
Yeah, almost every time we've went on a cruise ship and we went by the arcade, there's hardly anybody in there.
Yes.
It's like the perfect place to hide the little ducklings because nobody's ever in there. And I mean, I hate they got rid of the chapel like it. I figured they would. I mean, I guess they're going to figure out some other place to do the weddings and so forth. But I mean, that might be still a good solitude place if people were struggling with something, or if they wanted to get married or whatever.
Yes.
The day we got married, we were one of 3 weddings that day. There were actually 3 weddings that day, and we just had the right size group because that was the biggest thing. We had toured the ship a couple months before, and we got to kind of say where we wanted for our venues, but they wouldn't guarantee our venues till 2 weeks before the wedding, and it just kind of. We ended up getting the chapel for the ceremony and the piano bar for the reception, which was just what we wanted. But because the other groups were bigger, so they had to use the theater and the dance club and stuff like that.
So where's the Pride got moved from Baltimore, right? It got moved down. Where's it supposed to be in the future?
It's going to be, in November of this year.
Yeah,
she's supposed to be in Tampa.
Yeah, because the fact October 17th, we're going back on because we have to sail her from Baltimore one more time.
Yeah.
And before she goes. But then April 2nd of next year, we're doing a Panama Canal cruise on the Pride out of Tampa because we've always wanted to do Panama Canal. And hey, the Pride's doing it. We'll be there.
You know, we've done the Miracle and the Elation, and we haven't done the Pride. And I've heard a lot of people love the Pride. I think Perry DJ loves the Pride as well. I think that's one of their favorites. When we were in
the Miracle and the Pride are the same class ship, so they're similar other than the decor, you know.
Yeah.
So the Miracle is going out to California, right? And then the Pride's coming down.
Right.
Because I think the Miracle was in Tampa. That's where we went out of.
Yeah, because we sailed it out of Tampa also.
Yeah.
And when we were on the Elation, we were in Grand Turk. And the Pride came in right beside, and on our intro, that ship coming in is the Pride in slow motion next to the time lapse. And then on that same ship coming in there was Para DJ was on that ship, and then on our way back, they ran into some weather issues, and we had to stay on the ship longer. That's been a couple of years ago, but that's kind of something we remember now. Looking at that was. That Para DJ was on that same ship at the same time, and they had all the issues. They had to stay out of the ocean a little longer.
Well, kind of a funny story. Like Brandy had mentioned, our first cruise was the Carnival Breeze in 2013, and one of our ports was Grand Turk, and we were docked that day with the Pride. You know, the Breeze was brand new, less than a year old at the time. We were on the newest, biggest ship. It was our first cruise, so we were kind of like picking on the little Pride. You know, we were on the new great ship and everything, and you know, who's there 2 years later, we're getting married on the Pride and fell in love with it, you know. So it's weird how it works.
That's a good. I mean, you guys like the Pride in that size ship, and you've been on the Breeze, some of the bigger ships out there. For some of those in the chat, maybe like myself, we've never been on a big ship. I mean, all the ones we went to was out of I mean, it was the Elation, the Miracle, the Ecstasy, the Triumph. We used to be the Triumph many years ago. Sunshine now, but we've never even been on a ship that's got the big screen TV outside, and that's something our son asks all the time. Does it have the big screen on it? And we're like, no. But what do you guys like about the Pride and the fantasy sides compared to some of the bigger ones like the Breeze? I mean, I know the newer ships have all the new, luxury things on them and the big bells and whistles, but and you made a comment earlier about the fantasy is just the perfect size ship. Maybe something you like and dislike about either one of those size ships.
People.
Yeah.
Just
the number of people.
Longer to get on, longer to get off. Tougher to get seats at the comedy clubs or whatever because they're no bigger.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the comedy club on the Pride is bigger than the Horizon.
Yep.
And there's
Wow.
2,000 less people on it, or whatever.
That's the number one
And
reason is
it's
size.
the newer ships. They're making the ships bigger, and they're adding staterooms, but the common spaces really aren't that much bigger.
That is very good to know because that never occurred to me.
Yeah, I've heard some people that had issues with the Breeze. I mean, they like the Breeze, but I've heard them say that just the layout of it and the congestion, they wasn't a big fan of it. I think my mom and Billy went on the Breeze, and they said the same thing. And I don't mean to be putting words in their mouth, but I thought I remember Tony and Jenny talking about that as well, saying that they didn't like the congestion sometimes with the Breeze. But I may be wrong on that. If I am, I'm sorry for putting stuff in their mouth. But I remember them saying that.
And it's you kind of in control of your own destiny, that kind of thing too, right? Because we had that on the Sunrise.
Yep.
A lot of people have sailed the Sunrise and complained about the crowds, and we didn't experience it because we avoid the buffet at peak times. Embarkation day, everybody runs to the buffet. Well, we go to the barbecue place because there's nobody there, and we
know what to expect.
We've cruised enough that you kind of learn to how to avoid them and
you learn
make your experience better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I like about your channel is you've got some good tips and tricks. I was watching some of the Dollar Tree stuff that you had in the last couple of days, and then your top tips.
Those.
I mean the Dollar Tree haul and some of the tips for the new people and anybody new the cruising or that hasn't done a lot of time.
That's very valuable.
Yeah, I mean that makes a big difference, and that's kind of how we got into getting into the cruise genre. Was we went on a cruise a long time ago, and then started going back again, and then like anything else, you look on YouTube to find out where certain ports are, or what a ship looks like, what a room looks like. Then the next thing you know, you're on some of the bigger channels. You got EECC, and you got Paradj, you got Lolita Loca, you got who used to be the Sea Cruisers or whatever. We got stuck on them at the beginning, and then you find your channel, and I mean, there's so many awesome channels out there where people are giving great information.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm a barbecue guy, and you brought up barbecue, so I got to ask this. I didn't even have it on my list here. That's one of the big questions I asked because we haven't been on a bigger cruise ship, and both cruises we had 3 canceled this year, but 2 of them had the pig and anchor, and I'm a barbecue guy, so I got to check out that pig and anchor. What's your opinion of the pig and anchor?
It's good.
It's good. The lunch is the free at lunch, like that's on most of the ships. I mean, it's edible, pretty good, But on the Horizon, the pig and anchor smokehouse brew house with the brewery, the
dinners,
the a la carte dinner,
that was good,
amazing. That was by far the best meal we had on the Horizon. I think.
Absolutely.
Definitely a big upgrade over the lunch version.
I can remember that.
Yeah. So one of your videos, I saw Half Moon K or Half Moon Key, ever how you want to pronounce it. The picture on your Dave and Brandy's excursions, the one where Brandy, you're there floating and the ship's in the background. Where is that actually at?
That's right in front of the.
It was just on the beach, right?
Right in front of the villa, or not the villa,
Cabana. Yeah.
Was that in Half Moon then?
Yeah, that was Half Moon.
Okay, that's one of my favorite
That
pictures.
water is just so incredible.
That
Oh,
that
it's
was on
amazing.
2 of our cruises this year. 2 of them that we should have been on that was canceled. Is Half Moon Key is a big
You guys haven't been there yet?
no, and it's
We've been
driving
to
us.
Princess Key, but not Half Moon.
And everybody talks Half
Yeah,
Moon
we haven't
Key.
been to Princess Key yet. I think Princess we're supposed to go on the celebration, the 50
Oh yeah, that's right.
on our
On the Freedom.
on the Freedom. Yeah, but yeah, Half Moon. The water's gorgeous, but the sand. I mean, it's like
It's so soft. It's like you're walking on like either like baking flour. It just so soft.
yeah.
Gotta get there.
And is out in the water the same way, because I know at Princess Keys you have to wear water shoes there because there's a
Oh
lot of
no,
rocks there.
no, it's no
No.
rocks to deal with.
No, it's
Yeah, that's definitely a
Yeah,
bucket
we
list.
gotta
then.
get there.
I gotta get there.
and I know they keep talking about making it like investing in the island, and they want to put a pier in so they don't have to tender, and they want to do a lot of upgrades. And I'm just hoping they don't go crazy with it like
Right.
Royal or Norwegian, or some of them have, because I don't
Don't
want
wanna
it to.
Lose its.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's got that like, I don't want to say deserted island feel, but that untouched, just natural. Like, I don't need a lot of slides and craziness. I mean, it's a private island. It's supposed to be just a good beach day. You know, I just hope they don't get out of control when they start upgrading it. My feelings, anyway.
I totally agree.
Now your cabana in Half Moon Cave looked pretty awesome. I mean, would you definitely well worth the money you thought on that?
Yeah. Yeah, we split it with another couple. So it's good if you can go in with somebody and split it. It makes it a little more affordable. It's nice just with vlogging because it's a way, it's someplace
to put your gear or whatever you have. Yeah,
right. You're not leaving it on the beach with a beach chair. And, you know, you get the fruit plate and the soda and the water, and they give you all that stuff with it. And it's just, and plus a place to get out of the sun because it can get nasty hot on the beach there too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have y'all? How many times have y'all been there to Half Moon Cave?
3? I think 3.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Once in Splendor, once on our wedding cruise, and then
Last year.
Yeah.
Have y'all done any excursions while you've been there, or is it pretty much hang at the cabana and hang out on the beach? Or
the first year we went there, we did an excursion. We did the horseback excursion. They see they go to the water and all that.
Yeah.
But since then, we just do beach day.
Yeah, I hate to waste the time on an excursion because the beach and the water, it's just, it's gorgeous.
So one of the, I know we're almost at 8:00 here. We may go over 5 minutes if that's okay with you guys, because I know we kind of went a little late. But I saw your Jeep, I think it's a Jeep ride in Freeport.
Oh yeah.
That was our wedding.
That was our wedding cruise.
We went to Freeport once and we did the dolphin excursion there. That's the only time we've been there, and we've kind of avoided that because we keep hearing bad things, but we only went one time and we did the dolphin excursion. It was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
But I've heard people say, well, Freeport, blah, blah, blah. I mean, how was that with you guys with the Jeep ride? I know it was in 2 different videos, but what were your thoughts of that in Freeport? Not a lot of people go to Freeport. Loved it.
Yeah, Freeport's tough because, like, on the Pride itinerary, it's a short day. I think it's 7 to 1:30.
I think so.
It's a short day, so you're back on board by 1:00, you know, and leaving. But the biggest thing with Freeport is you have to do an excursion. You have to get out of that port area and go see the island, go do something, you know. Because if you just get off the ship, walk through the port area, it's not very, you know. But
yeah, somebody's got a comment on here about Cruise Tips TV. Yeah, she's definitely, Sherry's one of those. I told that story the other day where we did was it the Miracle? We did the extended AF review of the room. We did a video on that. And when I looked that room number up on YouTube, Sherry from Cruise Tips TV did the exact same room number.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, should I even do it or not? Or should I make fun of hers a little bit? Just make them and lighthearted on it. But we didn't. No. But it definitely was one of our favorites. And that's something we do. I know people sometimes make fun of that. Do you go and look at a room tour? I do that all the time. I look the ship up and
Absolutely.
the exact room
Yep.
number up just to see if somebody's put one in. I like to know if I'm going in the room, if the bed's on the left or the right, or I'm just funny that way. I don't know.
He's the researcher.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think rooms depend on how they're laid out or what. Oh yeah.
The other one I had was your helmet dive in Bermuda. I think I can't remember the exact name of it. Was
Hartley's helmet dive.
Yeah, we did something similar to that in that we went to an all-inclusive in the DR, and we did something similar to that and had a blast. There was a sunken ship, and then you went down, and they had a handrail all the way around the ship, and they fed the fish, and you got to walk around the handrail, and it was incredibly scary, but it was incredibly enjoying too at the same time, because I remember we had to get down to the bottom and do Indian cross.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down, cross your legs, and then they said, keep your back straight. If you go too far forward or too far back, water will come up. Next thing I know, water's right here. And then I remember when I went back, it went all the way back down, so I was fine. But after I realized that anytime the water came up, I need to straighten my back up, I was fine. But your video is awesome. I think it's 30, 45 minutes, but I was all into watching it. I really enjoyed that. What can you say about that excursion?
It was incredible.
Yeah, the guy that does it, he's a character. And I guess he doesn't book through the cruise lines. It's because just the prices they charge, and he didn't think it was fair or whatever. So, but it's right in the dockyard, right by where the ships dock. But the guy that runs it, it's him and his family. And I think it was his father and him. They were kind of the ones that designed the original helmets to do these helmet dives. And now it's kind of taken off around. And the helmets we used were still some of the originals from back like in the 60s when they designed these things. But real knowledgeable, great guy. And Bermuda is just, again,
it's gorgeous.
It's beautiful, and the fish are a lot of neat fish in Bermuda because the reefs are so
they're shallow.
The water out from the island, like a mile and a half, is only no more than like 10, 15 feet deep.
It's real shallow.
That goes, so they don't get any of the sharks or the predators or whatever. So you get a lot of neat fish and stuff. So
cool.
Yeah, really cool. I'd recommend it to anybody. Actually, the guy that recommended it to us was our UPS driver. Knew we were going to Bermuda. He's like, you got to do this. It was incredible. And so glad we did. And in fact, some of my family did it last year when they went, and they loved it. So
yeah, we had mentioned earlier, and I watched your vlogs on this as well recently when you guys went to Florida, because I think we're going the first week of April, and we're big Margaritaville resort fans. We've done it up in Pigeon Forge. Saw your vlogs and the HTO water park as well.
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts on from the review of what I saw? It looked pretty nice, but the Margaritaville resort, I know it's a little bit more pricey than other hotels or something like in that area, but is it well worth it if we decided, hey, let's pay the extra money and stay there?
Yeah, we liked it.
I think so. Yeah.
Actually, even the price that when we booked, it really wasn't that bad.
Yeah, maybe with the pandemic or whatever. But I mean, the rooms, it wasn't bad. And it wasn't crowded at all. Yeah. The one afternoon we sat floating in the pool with a few drinks, and we were the only two in the water most of the day. And I think just with everything going on, it wasn't too busy. But I'd go back anytime.
Yeah. And the water park was real fun too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we met up with Jason and Krista from the Jennifer Cruisers, and Roy and Charles, and Sandy Allen. Yeah, it was a fun day. It's not real big, but just big enough,
What was the name of the restaurant again that had like the it's like the motor it's got kind of had the motors and stuff like that. Maybe I don't know if it's NASCAR, but it just seemed really cool.
Ford's Garage.
What was it again?
Ford's Garage.
Ford's Garage.
Actually, Ford Motor Company, I think, is kind of invested in it a little, and it was neat. The food was good, just real neat atmosphere.
Cool.
And
that's right in that. It's right in that city walk there, right by Margaritaville and H2O, and a lot of neat shops and different
Yeah.
restaurants there. You know, you could spend an afternoon just walking around there. It's really nice place.
So of all you guys have went, the name of your channel is perfect, Dave and Brandy's Excursions, because I see snowmobiles, I see kayaks, I see walking around the countryside and around where you live. I've seen jet skis, I've seen underwater helmets. If you name, you've probably been asked this a million times, but give us your top 2 or 3 excursions you've been on a cruise ship. What ones that you either paid on your own or went through Carnival, and it may be different for each one of you, but what's your thoughts on that?
I'll let you go first. What you?
You're gonna put me on the spot.
Just
One excursion. The one that kind of sticks out is I did like that twister boat to Passion Island. I did that one.
yeah, that was fun. Mine, I would have to say Stingray City and Grand Cayman.
Yeah, that was
awesome. That was
Did y'all do
fun.
the turtle farm with that one as well? Was that part of the package, or did you do Stingray City only?
No, it was just Stingray City. It was it was the catamaran to Stingray City. So it was just that. We did do the turtle farm, and we kind of explored Grand Cayman the second time we were there on our own, and went to help with the post office to mail the postcards, and then went to the turtle farm and did some stuff on our own the second time we were there. But
yeah, we did Stingray City, and we'd watched Jason, and I think I saw y'all's as well, but I saw Jason and Krista's, and I think we need to do that again, because I think we just had it was a bad day. I mean, the turtle farm was awesome, but Stingray City, there was so many boats there, and
just so many people.
We didn't see that many stingrays really compared to, and it was really hard to get up there and get we couldn't feed them because there's so many people, and you couldn't. Of course, we got our picture taken with it, because that's how they make their money, and we paid just like anybody else. We bought them as well, but I've heard great things on that. I think we need to do that one again. I think we just had a bad experience that one day. I think
it wasn't bad. It just wasn't everything that I wanted it to be.
It wasn't Jason and Chris. That's, right. That's the problem. I lived it through the vlog with them, and I was like, man, this is gonna be awesome. And then it's just like, snorkeling they had there in the Turtle Bay area at the turtle farm was awesome, and that's something I thought they could have left a little more time on that end.
Yes.
Because by the time we got around to the back end, we only had 30 minutes.
Right.
And you couldn't really snorkel and do a lot in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So, hey, I know we've went over here about 7 or 8 minutes. Thank you guys so much.
Yes, thank
we would
you.
love to have you guys back on again and spend the whole hour with you. We're trying to promote as many people as we can with this live. But I mean, you guys have a ton of knowledge, ton of wealth of knowledge. And again, anybody on here or you watching the replay, if you haven't subbed to Dave and Brandy's Excursions, please do so. They got a lot of great excursions, a lot of great information, stuff up in Pennsylvania, the Amish country, Virginia Beach. I mean, you name it, you guys got it. Anything you got scheduled coming up real quick that you'd like to tell anybody about? Any vlog series that you're going to be working on, and what's your plans for the rest of this year?
Well, tomorrow we're airing our last Virginia Beach vlog, so that's gonna be the final one for that segment.
That's a fun one. If you like dolphins and dolphin watching, that's gonna be a pretty good one.
Yep. And I do have a couple snowmobiling vlogs I'm trying to work on in between everything, but but hopefully we get the cruising this year.
Yeah, we're supposed to be in the Mardi Gras with
Sharon at Sea.
Sharon at Sea's group cruise May 29th. And right now it's the inaugural for Mardi Gras, but I don't have high hopes. We'll see what happens. Then we're back on the Pride in October. And then we got a lot planned for 2022.
Yeah. Making up for lost time.
Well, everything keeps getting pushed out and moved out. I mean, we've got the 50th anniversary
on the Freedom.
Celebration on the Freedom in March. We got the Panama Canal on the Pride in April.
We got the celebration.
Well, we got the Legend, New England Canada cruise in September of next year.
Wow.
And we've got the celebration, the first U.S. sailing out of Miami in November.
Yeah.
And then we got a 3-day we tied into that with it's one of the small ships.
Yeah, and we're losing track already.
Yeah. So we got a lot coming. They just got to let us back out there.
That's a good deal. Yeah, it is exciting. We've only got one in October with the group cruise for Lolita Loca, and then I think we got Halloween of next year booked, and then we got 2023 Vloggers cruise booked. Those are the only 3 we have. We've never been on NCL, so that'll be our first time.
Our Alaska cruise.
Oh yeah, we got the Alaska cruise in 2023 as well.
That's on our list.
That's year. So that in 20, we got more booked in 2023 than we got 2022. So we gotta work on 2022. Hey, thank you guys for coming. If you have not signed up for their YouTube page or Facebook page, please do so. Dave and Brandy's got an awesome channel.
Yes, absolutely.
So much information that I love the way you guys bring us in with you. The editing is so great. And the way you're very informative. That's all Brandy, right? So Brandy, you're doing a great job on the vlogging, and you're doing some of the video, and I've seen some on the kayak where you video, right?
Oh yeah. But all the editing and putting the videos together is me. Yeah. I don't have the patience for it. It wouldn't be good.
But again, thank you guys so much, and we appreciate it. And hey, next time, please come back again with us, and we'll spend the whole hour with you guys.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Bye-bye.
Man, that was awesome.
It is.
And again, I went over. I apologize, Blaine, up front, man. But such a great night tonight.
Yes, it was so much fun.
KY Travelers Cruising was on, Dave and Brandy. Definitely need to give them more time. And I agree, down the road, maybe just one guest a night. But again, we're trying to give as many channels as much, exposure as we can at the very beginning. But we definitely in April will start backing off to one channel a week. And hopefully these channels that already came on with 2 guests will come back on as solo guests down the road. So that'll be fun. So again, thank you guys for coming in with us and spending some of your time with us. I always try to say at the end of the night, just try to be the light, do something nice. You never know how somebody's day is going, or what kind of what they went through for that day or that week or that month or that year. Just always be the light, right? Try to try to turn that frown upside down.
Absolutely.
And be the heartbeat and the laugh and the salt of this world. But thank you guys. Hey, and we're going to try to quit instead of doing all this stuff at the end and all that. I got a little outro. It's not that long, but we're going to start playing this, and then that'll be into the live. So thank you guys again.
Thank you.
Please like and subscribe if you like what we're doing. And next week on Monday night, it's our last Monday night event. So we're going to be on at 7, and we got MGM Travel with us. Then we're going to start moving to Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. So next week we're going to be on twice. We're going to be on Monday and Thursday. Thursday at 8 o'clock, Monday at 7 o'clock. Monday, MGM Travel. On Thursday, we got Chris Campbell who was actually on Man, Food, Fire. Did I say that wrong? Food, Fire, Man, Food, Fire. Man, Food, Fire. Chris Campbell, he's a detective in Georgia who has a catering business, but he was on the episode, season 7, episode 11, I believe. And then we got Wanda Byram from Cruising for Food. She's going to be on. So, and then we'll start our every Thursday instead of Monday. So, thank you guys again.
Hey,
please
I got Diet Coke.
And I got Kraken. I got spiced rum. I got Kraken and Coke, Diet Coke. So I did go with a little spice tonight. Thank you guys. We appreciate it. Have a great night.